Good day, MCC group leaders, and thank you so much for spending just a couple of minutes with me for this video. The first thing I want to say is a great big thank you to each and every one of you. All of you that lead, whether it's a campus group or a community group, I just want to thank you so much for all the hard work that you put into your ministry in leading the group that you lead. We are the backbone of the church. Our ministry crosses all age groups, and we have about 25 different groups at this time. And whether it's a campus group or a community group, I just want to thank each and every one of you very, very much for all the work that you do. There's no way this could work without all of you and all the hard work that you do. Now, this message is a little bit more about community group leaders because we're coming up on our summer break. And I know a lot of groups do take a break during June and July, and that's perfectly fine. And all I wanted to do is just give you a couple of pro tips, just give you some suggestions and some advice. And the first thing is, don't take the entire summer off. Don't completely lose contact with everyone during those 8 to 10 weeks. I'm just suggesting that you try to meet maybe once or twice during that time. Maybe meet once in June and once in July. Doesn't have to be a Bible study. It could literally just be, let's have a meal together. Let's have a cookout together, pool party, meet at a restaurant, whatever it might be. Make it very informal, make it fun. And that would be one suggestion that I would make. The second suggestion I would make is stay in communication. Even if you didn't want to do that first suggestion, stay in communication with your members. So if you've got the entire summer, I would just pick a week. For every week, pick a person or a couple that you want to contact and email them, text them, call them on the phone. Make sure that you spend some time communicating with them, ask them how they're doing, how you can pray for them, that sort of thing. Just stay in touch with them, make sure they feel supported. So if you do that, one couple or one person per week, it'd be pretty easy over an 8-week span to make sure that you keep in contact with each one of them at least once during that 8-week period. And then the last thing is, if you want to challenge, I'd like to challenge you. Maybe during the summer would be a good time for you to get together with your group one time and do a one-time service project. So a lot of opportunities available. One of them I would suggest might be to contact Diana Client for the Jesus Shed. I'm sure she can find some things that your group could do to support that really active, very valuable ministry. You could also contact the food pantry, the Helping in His Hands food pantry up in Stockbridge. That's one of the groups that McDonough Christian Church supports in our local missions. You could contact Eddie Sterrett for the MCC grounds. Sometimes they're called the Macwhackers. And so you might contact them to do some yard work or some work around the church. I'm sure that there's some things that you could do, and it doesn't have to be one of those. You can make up your own service project. Or maybe if you need some help, we can put our heads together, contact me, and I'll be glad to help you come up with a service project for your team. And we're not talking about a huge thing, a couple of hours on a Saturday or a couple of hours one evening, since it's, going to be light for a long time in the evenings. After work, maybe everybody could get together and do something. Doesn't have to be too taxing, but it would be a real blessing to come together as a team and do that. So for those of you taking that short break in June and July, finish strong, keep in contact with them. Don't completely, ghost your group and don't let them ghost you. And that's what I would say. And at the end, I just want to say one last thing. Thank you so much for all that you do. Let me know how I can support you so that we can, again, crank back up at the end of the summer and have a great rest of the year. Thank you so much for your time. God bless.